Right, so let's take this for a spin. Let's get out a new tab. We're on localhost. Family tracker. And we are on test at location. .html. Make sure I've got that correct. So test tab location. So first line of address. Let's type school. Latitude and longitude. Well, we could look it up and find the real ones, but we just want to test things out, and they tend to be of this sort of form: 51.1234 minus 1.2691. Don't know where in the world that is, but we'll soon find out whether we can add that to the database or not. So if I click submit, we've got a small message: undefined index first name. So we need to go back and change. So add location, line 18. There we go. So that's first line. Save it. Let's go back and try again. The data was rejected. Okay, well, that's positive. At least there's no error message. So we just need to figure out why it was rejected. Now this is quite difficult. Well, first of all, let's take a look at the database. Let's see what's happened with the location table and browse. Just make sure it has been rejected. There are no values in there. So, first of all, let's see if we're actually picking up the latitude and longitude and not been making spelling mistakes. So if I comment this out, to about here, I think. So I'm not making any database call. Save it. What we need to do is echo out latitude and longitude. Run it again, let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm picking up the values, that's nice. So what am I doing with those values? It might be a nice idea if we actually just printed out the query. So if I put that back in so I can see where my query is. If this time take those two out and just echo the query, maybe I'll see where the mistake is there. So insert into, that's very obvious. Insert into person, it certainly isn't person. It has to be the correct table, and the correct table is location. So let's go back and change insert into location. Let's just comment out the query so I can check it shortly. Let's take the comments out. Save it. Let's give it another go. Another spin. The data was added to the database. looking quite good. So if we go back to the database, browse, there we go, Wheatley Park School, 51 minus 1.2691 seems pretty good. Apologies for the message. So while we're here, let's just tidy up. We need to check what happens if I don't supply latitude, what happens if I don't supply longitude, and the first name issue. So if we go back, just make sure everything's working as we expect. So I'm not going to supply a name. Let's give it a different value here just in case. 5. Submit. Data was added to the database. Okay, let's go back. Let's try not giving it a latitude. Either latitude or longitude fill was not completed. That seems to work, so let's put that one back in. Let's not give it a longitude. That's nice. Seems to work. Let's put that back in. Well, obviously, let's take them both out. It should also fail on both. That's pretty good. So we now have pretty much a working part of our database. There we go. We've got our second record in, and I think really because we didn't do too many edits, is that we need to look at refactoring all of this into some functions and separate files so that we can keep track of what we're doing. As I said earlier, let's just do one more on that one because I just changed something. Let's just put 1 in and 2 in. Yeah, data was added to the database. I'd forgotten to save it, so I'm just checking that I haven't made a mistake. So in the next video, I'm going to start talking about how to take this code and separate it out, make it a lot nicer, make it a lot neater.